Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about WWE Smackdown from tonight. The June 9th episode. This will come out, well, it's June 10th now, it's 2 a.m. I'm uploading this. It's like 2:08, I'm recording this, I'll upload whenever. But for Smackdown tonight, the main, really the talking points of the show tonight was Jey Uso making his historic choice who he would choose. And Asuka got a women's championship presentation. We'll get to new championship presentation for Asuka. And we had four Money in the Bank qualifiers tonight. I think we had three or four. So yeah, let's get right into it. So Paul Heyman starts the show with Solo Sikoa. There in the ring, he's about to do his introduction, but then Jey Uso interrupts. So basically, this segment here opened the show. He tries to convince Jey Uso to choose the Bloodline over Jimmy, basically by telling him Roman always saw him as basically as a successor, to him as the tribal chief, and gave him a test tonight, or I guess last night, tonight, whenever, to try and win the United States Championship from Austin Theory. So he gave him a test immediately right off the bat to try and win the United States Championship from Austin Theory, and you had a nice show-wide storyline to start the night. And I thought the main event was pretty good. I mean, I think Theory's run has been pretty boring. Like, his brain's dead right now. I think he's a good talent, but the US title deserves to be in a better person right now. Like, and every promo they try and bring up, oh, I beat John Cena. Yeah, beating old John Cena now is not an accomplishment. It's not as big a deal as WWE thinks it is. Oh, I beat John Cena. Yeah, face John Cena in his prime. Yeah, Austin Theory ain't beating him. But tonight was a decent show. So, that was like the first 20 minutes of the show. But we didn't get an answer. No answer from Jey Uso. And Paul Heyman put his hand out. He's like, well, I'll answer you later tonight. Which he didn't, by the way. Just want to get that out. Next we had Santos Escobar versus Mustafa Ali in a Money in the Bank qualifier. And it's good to see Santos Escobar over the crowd. It's like so great to have him over with the crowd right now, because he was really good in NXT, and he's showing it on the main roster to everyone how good he really is. And I think it's been a blessing. The pairing with Rey Mysterio has worked wonders for him on the main roster. I mean, I get people want to be him a heel, but he's got zero reactions as a heel, and he's better as a babyface. I'm enjoying his babyface run where he's getting reactions, whereas he's a heel and they're getting no reaction. But that was a very nice mini banger match, and Money in the Bank's looking pretty good so far. Because you got Shit-Stain Nakamura on, Ricochet, Santos Escobar, and LA Knight. And now Butch, as he won his match later in the night. So, Money in the Bank's looking pretty good so far for the men and women. But I enjoyed this match. I mean, I appreciate what Ray is doing to get the LWO over. But the other two, but there is a slight problem. Like, I don't know what Cruz and Wild are doing. Santos and Lena have seen the spotlight, which they deserve, because I feel like they're the best two talents outside of Rey Mysterio in that group. So, that's maybe a little slight complaint, but other than that, yeah, I don't care. But you gotta respect Rey Mysterio. He's really doing so much for young stars. I'm not Santos is 39, I get that, but y'all know what I mean. But they've been getting some good reactions, like Zelina Vega Santos Esparza, that group's on fire right now. So next we had a backstage segment between Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. I miss seeing these two together. And Sami Zayn's basically back there saying how Roman is manipulating him like he done to him and the bloodline when he was the honorary Uso. And he basically said whatever choice he makes, he'll have to suffer the consequences. And that was pretty much it. So, I miss seeing Jey Uso and Sami Zayn because they have good chemistry. But maybe next week we'll see if Jey Uso makes his choice after we talk about the main event. Next we had Ronda and Shayna, or Isla Dawn and Alba Fire segment. They come out with the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions and they get interrupted by Ronda and Shayna. So we finally got an explanation. We waited 6 weeks for an answer to some major logic flaws creatively. WWE fixed it tonight. Finally, a unification match between the Women's Tag Team Champions. Thank God. I mean, maybe the segment wasn't good, but at least they are doing the right thing. That's really all I care about. We finally got some logic. So this means after the unification match, the Women's Tag Team Champions are retired, and then we introduce the mid-card champions, whether it's a Women's IC title, Women's US title, that finally they're starting to listen to us. And finally, stuff is starting to change a little bit. Well, except the title, I'll talk about later. Really, same title, except it has a white strap. But unfortunately, I bet Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are losing because WWE wants to, because they're going to bury Isla Dawn and Alba Fire to Ronda and Shayna. They're going to feed them to them to get buried. Just for horrible Rousey to win another belt. Ronda Rousey. That's my reaction whenever Ronda Rousey's on TV. That's my reaction. And next we have Bayley versus Mitb and Money in the Bank qualifier. This match didn't really go long. So Bayley wins, obviously advances to the Money in the Bank ladder match, our second Money in the Bank qualifier. We have 4 tonight, so that was really the main thing with Jey Uso and Asuka getting her new belt. But then after the match, Scarlett blinds AJ Styles. I don't know if it's missed or whatever. And Cross put him in a chokehold and then lets him go. So we got a mixed tag match next week. Mitb and AJ Styles versus Cross and Scarlett. Scarlett's carries that group in WWE with her and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is just boring. Scarlett's way better and yeah. Next we have the new championship presentation for Asuka. How fucking lazy. And JD from NY called it before the show. He said, "Who wants to bet money on Charlotte interrupting Asuka's championship celebration tonight?" He called it. And that aged rather well, huh? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, like, we don't need Charlotte Flair back again. I mean, every time she comes back, she's immediately put into the title picture. People say, oh, because she's the best in the business. Yeah, the best in the business coming back from vacation shouldn't immediately get a title shot. Like, I'm fine with it as long as Asuka wins. But Asuka deserves to hold the belt till at least SummerSlam if I mean, surely to Christ that's going to happen. If not, I swear to God. And then she had the nerve to say, I don't wait in line in her promo, I am the line. Like, what's the point of Bianca asking for a title shot, Adam Pearce saying, oh, you're going to get your title shot, and then Charlotte immediately gets one. Like, the logic. Man. It's just retarded. And Asuka, I'm going to talk about her title belt. It's the same belt as Roman's, but it's literally a white belt. The creativity is at a zero with WWE in their titles. I'm curious to see what they do with Rhea Ripley's title since they've now decided to eliminate the brand name titles. It's probably be like a mini version of Seth's. Charlotte doesn't deserve to win the championship, but watch her win it. People say, "Oh, why do you watch for criticize everything?" I don't criticize everything. It's just this. The title belt looks the same. It's literally the same as Roman's, but it's a white belt. Next, you have Butch versus Baron Corbin. I didn't really watch the match, but all I saw was Butch won. He literally covered Baron Corbin. I feel bad for Baron Corbin at this point, like genuinely. At this point, they're going with the same lame, happy Corbin theme. He looks like he's ready to lounge around at home with this new ring attire, and he loses while he's in a feud with Carmelo Hayes. Like, what are we doing here with Baron Corbin? Corbin doesn't have a chance of getting over with the fans, even if they bring back his lone wolf gimmick. I think it's just too late. He's being used for views to get other talent over, but yeah, just keep him in NXT, I guess. Next, Brawling Brutes promo backstage, like obviously talk about the obvious how Butch is gonna win Money in the Bank, but then Baron Corbin gets attacked by Cameron Grimes for some reason. This just didn't make sense. Like, why is Cameron Grimes attacking Baron Corbin randomly backstage? Next, you have Chauncey versus Io Sky in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Obviously, Io Sky won. The most obvious option to win that briefcase is her and Bayley are going to be in the match, and we'll probably get some tension between those two at Money in the Bank. Next, we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn talking backstage. All of a sudden, here comes Pretty Deadly. And next, we get the Street Profits, we get the Brawling Brutes, the OC, all wanting a tag team championship opportunity. So Adam Pearce decides next week on Smackdown we're going to have a gauntlet match, I believe a fatal 4-way gauntlet tag team match to see who will be the number one contenders for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so we got that. We had a Grayson Waller video package. I don't know why, so we've had him two weeks, since the main roster from two talk shows and then a video package. Like, why? And he's going to have a fucking thing next week with Charlotte Flair, the Grayson Waller effect. Jesus, help us all. And basically, I thought it was not bad necessarily at all tonight. I don't think it was necessarily good or bad. SmackDown basically just continues to be led by the Bloodline, really nothing else. Jason was bribed and Paul Heyman staying in the Bloodline, the Money in the Bank qualifiers continue, and Charlotte basically returned being gifted another token title match as Asuka presenting the new championship. But obviously, let's get to the last match. Austin Theory obviously retained the U.S. Championship. He wasn't going to lose, even though I think he should, because his reign is really boring at this point. Like, I don't think Austin Theory's bad, it's just the reign is boring right now. But Solo Sikoa pretty much cost Jey Uso. Jimmy was going to hit the super kick on Solo, but he accidentally hit Jey Uso, and Jey Uso left pretty much without an answer. Didn't shake Paul Heyman's hand, didn't really acknowledge anybody, so I guess we'll see next week his decision. But I'll give SmackDown a 7 out of 10 tonight. I thought it was a pretty decent show. But, yeah. Until next time, I'll give my rating a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a above average show. I didn't think it was great tonight, but I thought it was an above average show. So, yeah. Until next time, have a lot. Peace.